right, welcome all to Movement Yoga Warm-Up. My name is Mark Cormier, working here with Kathy Cormier. Many Thursdays we do this. 17-minute yoga warm-up, getting you ready for your day. And as soon as I turn this light on, we'll get going. All right, yeah, so again, we do this many Thursday mornings, sometimes some other mornings, not too often. Sometimes we cancel, many times we don't. We always try to get it out there because we enjoy doing it as much as we hope you enjoy watching it, either live right now or later on sometime during your day. If you want to see anything in particular, please put it in the comments. We probably wouldn't get to it this week, but we can certainly get to it some other week. So, Kathy, are you ready? Peace, love, yoga. Come on up. All right. Good, good, good. One of my favorite warm-ups, hands on hips as we march it from side to side. So waking up those legs. And if you're so inclined, we can balance on one foot as we kick it off to each side. We've got our side kicks. We've got our cross kicks. We've got our front kicks. Mindful on this one, we've got our back kicks. I like to call those donkey kicks. And then back to center. We can just move it from side to side, starting to find that center. Grounding through both feet as we rock it from side to side. And then back towards stillness. What's going on out there? Something. All right. Let's
just like a dog, you know.
Let's tune in. All right. Hand on heart, hand on top. Relax shoulders, soft tuck of the chin. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, closing your eyes. Otherwise, just soften your eyes. Starting our practice this morning, just watching as our breath flows in and out. From a place of just watching your breath, now shaping your breath. Long, slow breaths in. Long, slow breaths out. As goes the breath, so goes the mind. Now finding your Ujjayi breath, a go-to breath in many flow practices. The victorious breath, it's a power breath, but also a relaxing breath. Slightly constricting the base of your throat, adding a slight sound and feel to your breath. And as we flow through our practices today, letting the sound and feel of your breath be a focus for your practice. The sound of which is often compared to the sounds of the ocean as the waves wash in and out. Taking the tip of your tongue to the hard palate just behind your teeth, keeping that tongue loop as best you can throughout the practice, keeping our jaws relaxed and connecting front and back planes of our bodies. And finally, with your lips closed, adding a slight smile to your face. A Mona Lisa smile, opening up the front of your throat so your breath has lots of room to circulate, refresh and revitalize. Keeping all this, I'll invite you to set an intention for this morning's practice and for your day. It could be something you're thinking about, a word or a phrase. It could be something you're moving towards. It could be something as simple as you're perfect, just as you are. Lifting the chin tall through the crown, I'll invite you to roll those hands over as we stretch out our wrists, hands by our side. Two hands find two hips. We can ground down through the balls of a set of toes, so just circling the ankle, the knee, and the hip. You want you to bring your hands on your hips. Taking those circles the other way. All three joints working together, ankle, knee, and hip, as they should. Grind it down through that foot. We'll find the other foot as we circle the ankle, the knee, and the hip. And then taking those circles the other way. Now bringing the feet right together, we'll come down and cap the knees with the hands, circling those knees. Listening to your knees. How are your knees feeling this morning? And any answer that comes up is a good answer. We're tuning in and then taking those circles the other way. Now coming back up, don't think too much about it as we step our feet hip width apart. Most of us have a little bit of a turnout to the toes. That's the way our hips are shaped. That's your natural stance. Keeping your natural stance, I'll invite you to soften the knees as you bring hands to the back of the hips and circling those hips. And then taking those hip circles the other way. Now coming back center, let's pretend we have an extra set of hands, keeping our hips right where they are. Thumbs find the shoulders, elbows wide to the side, circling those shoulders. And then taking those circles the other way. Back to center. Relax shoulders, hands by your side. Two arms in the air like you either do or don't care. We can start to circle the shoulders one way as we circle the hips the other. Full body movement. And then taking those circles the other way. And back to center. Hands by our side. Let's do a little wrist work here. Two long arms in front, the thumbs face up. One thumb goes up. We cross the wrist, we spin the palms in, rolling the hands in towards the heart as we stretch out those wrists. Rolling the hands back in towards the heart, two arms in front. We release the clasp of the fingers, switching the cross of the wrists. Clasping the fingers, working the hands in towards the heart as we stretch out those wrists. Rolling hands back in towards the heart, releasing the clasp of the fingers, hands by our side. Let's work with our neck a little bit. I'll ask you to go sideways, Kathy, just so it becomes more obvious as to what's going on. Yeah, get ready for those bricks. As we stand here, just looking up and looking down, stretching out our neck, just back and forth. And then the next time you look up, I'll invite you to hold that. Could you take it a little further, feeling a little more stretch in the base of your throat. Now lifting the head to tuck the chin, holding that as we stretch out the back of our neck. From here, I'll invite you to bring hands to the heart, a light press of your thumb against your sternum as you line up each finger. Keeping the chin tucked, I'll invite you to press the sternum into the thumbs as we start to wake up the upper back. Moving towards our chin lock, our Jalandhara Bandha. And then lifting the chin tall through the crown, rolling those hands over, hands by our side. Moving towards our sunset, we'll take it in three pieces, arms and shoulders, as we inhale the arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, arms back down. Two more times like this, observing the natural rhythm of the shoulders, inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Let's add a forward fold and a back bend. Half sun salutation. Inhaling arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Go ahead and inhale, lift chin and tail as we arc. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Exhaling, arching, tucking tail and chin as you stretch out your low back. Inhaling, moving towards a neutral spine, back of the head in line with the sacrum, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, standing tall. Two more times like this. Inhaling up. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Let an inhale, lift chin and tail. And then tucking the tail, tucking the chin as you round it on in. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead, hands overhead pose. Exhaling, standing tall. And one more like this. Breathing in, lifting up. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Let an inhale, lift chin and tail. And then tucking the tail, tucking the chin as you round it in. Inhaling, leading with back heart, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, standing tall. I'll cue you back to down dog. Inhaling up. Exhaling, folding. Inhaling, creating length. Keeping that length as you fold it on in, ground it down through one hand and then the other, stepping one foot back and then the other, finding your down dog shape. As we hold this down dog shape, I'll invite you to hold it in stillness. Long arms, long legs, long spine, deep full breath. Either letting your neck relax and your head be heavy, or long through all sides of the neck as you look back towards your navel. Despite the lack of overt movement, you're still breathing, your heart's still beating, your mind's still moving. And by focusing on your Ujjayi breath as it flows in and out, finding a little more space between each breath, each beat of the heart, each thought, and breathing into that space. Tail end of your next breath, navel to spine as you lift the hips high, finding just a little more stretch in your low back. And then looking between the hands as you either step or maybe jump it to the front of your mat or space. Let an inhale create length when you arrive, finding the arc. Exhaling, finding the arch. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead, hands over head pose. Exhaling, standing tall. I'll cue you back to plank pose. Inhaling up. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Let an inhale lift chin and tail. Exhaling, tucking tail and chin as you ground down through the hands, stepping it back to find your plank pose. Feeling that connection between head, hips, and heels. A line of strength running through the center of yourself. A line of strength that supports your intention. Despite the effort of the action, keeping it yoga, an easeful quality to your breath. Knowing that anything else you might find yourself in today, you can find that breath, that long, slow inhalation in, that long, slow exhalation out. It may not fix whatever's going on, but the side effects are all good. One more breath here. Tail end of your next breath. Navel to spine as you lift those hips high, back to down dog. You have a choice, either holding it in stillness, inviting your mind to still, or walking your dog as you bend one leg deeply and then the other, stirring it up, inviting in more prana, inviting in more flow. However you choose to work, finding that mind-body connection that's always there. What do you feel? And where do you feel it? Tail end of your next breath, navel to spine as you lift the hips high, looking between the hands and either stepping or jumping in front. Let an inhale bring length. Exhaling, folding it in. Inhaling, Urdhva Hastasana, hands over head pose. Exhaling, standing tall. Sun Sal B flow style. There'll be a lot happening and it's going to be happening fast. Inhaling into tall spine. Exhaling, finding your chair. Inhale and hold. Exhale, go lower, finding more strength in your legs. Inhale, rising on up, open heart, open throat, finding a big back bend at the top. Exhaling, a big swan dive over. Inhaling, finding the arc. Exhaling, finding the arch as you cycle through a push-up. And I'll let you take your time on that. Feel free to use the knees or not. Inhaling into your back bend, be it cobra or up dog. Shoulder blades back and down, open heart. And then back over the toes. Feel free to use those knees or not as you find your down dog. We won't be here for long. Flow style, feet together, right leg high, high on the left toes as we stretch out Achilles tendon and calf. Now looking between the hands, pitching that leg even higher, engaging that glute. And then flexing the foot as you float it on through, landing it lightly, spinning the back heel down, arms out to the side, and then overhead. Warrior one. Back leg long, back leg strong. And then riding your next exhale back to low lunge as you spin that back heel up. And then cycling through your push-up. Inhaling into your back bend. Shoulder blades back and down, open heart, open throat. And then back over the toes to down dog. From down dog, second side, flow style, feet together, left leg high, high on the right toes. Looking between the hands, pitching that leg even higher. And then flexing the foot as you float it on through, landing it lightly, spinning the back heel down, inhaling up, warrior one. And then riding your next exhale, back to low lunge. And from low lunge, back to down dog.
as you will. Take your time. Find your flow. Follow your breath. As we hold this last down dog of this morning warm-up, your choice, either holding it in stillness or adding movement, or maybe a combination of the two. Let your body tell you what it wants. The first rule of yoga, ahimsa, do no harm, listening to your body, and most importantly, respecting what your body has to say. Whatever you've chosen to do, long, smooth breaths in, long, smooth breaths out. If you chose to add movement, back towards stillness. Long arms, long legs, long spine. Deep full breath. Tail end of your next breath. Navel to spine as you lift the hips high, looking between the hands, and either stepping or jumping it to the front of your mat. Let an inhale bring length when you arrive. Exhaling, folding it in. On the inhale, stay low, knees over toes, hands overhead, the chair pose. Exhaling, taking it lower. Inhale, rising on up, open heart, open throat. Exhaling, neutral spine, hands by your side. I'll invite you to face camera, Kathy. Bringing one hand onto your heart, the other hand on top. Relax shoulders, a soft tuck of the chin, coming back to your breath, and coming back to your attention. Now finding namaste hands. I'll invite you to touch your thumbs to your brow, your third eye. Your intention is in your thoughts. Touching thumbs to lips. Your intention is in your words. Touching thumbs to heart. Your intention is in your deeds. Now rolling those hands over, hands by your side. Any amount, I invite you to bow, thanking yourself for practicing yoga and offering this practice out to each other and to the world. The light within me honors and respects the light within you. And in this light, we are one. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, Kathy, for practicing with me.
Thank you, Mark, for leading our practice. Thank you, everyone, or possibly no one, for joining us.
Well, at least not right now. We'll see you soon, though.
We will see you soon. Thank you. We
And
love you.
as always, namaste.
Namaste. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.